What is going on, guys? Troy back here with episode number 57. I actually think of 66 single spectacular. Man, I think I've done so many of these, I just always forget which episode I'm always on. And yeah, it actually is 57 as I check right now. 56 was the last one, obviously. And I know last time, if I recall, I did bring Sharpedo and Galvantula last time, but I don't think I really got to use them as effectively as I wanted, and I didn't even use Mega Sharpedo, and that's what I brought today. But as you can see, bringing kind of a mixed OU on both sides over here. My opponent, as you can see right over there, is a really good friend and Twitter follow, Carsonith. Hit me up, or I hit people up on Twitter. He came back in and said, hey, I'm ready to paddle, and I said, okay, let's go. And so yeah, it was actually a pretty crazy battle from the start. You guys are about to see. But before we get this battle started, please hit that like button if you enjoy, and let's try to get to 40 likes for the battle if you like the battle. Also, hit that subscribe button too. That really helps out the channel. And also, on the channel, we have Q&A every live episode, but when I do my post-commentated 66 singles, I like to do a Q&A, or a question of the day, not a Q&A. So, my question to you guys is, and I do look at all these questions of days, honestly. So, my question, I actually do not believe if I have ever asked this before. I kind of want to think I did. But, big curiosity here, what is your favorite tier that you guys like playing in? Is it NU, PU, RU, NU, UU, OU? Oh my god. You know, all these crazy tiers, Uber, whatever, I don't know. So tell me in the comment section what is your favorite tier if you want to feel like answering. And also, we do have still some open question and answers for the next live battle. Will be solo queue next after this episode, so I still get some Q&As if you want to hear your question for me answered live. So now we're finally gonna jump into the battle. I know it's been taking way too long, I apologize for that. So yeah, well, like I said, we got a mixed OU battle. He obviously saw me opening with the Galvantula, so he goes for Sableye, and in my mind I'm like, you know what, what are the chances that it's Mega Sableye? I'm like, yeah, it's probably very good. And I do make the obvious big mistake is once it Mega Evolves, it will get that Mega Bounce, and I am going to get the Sticky Web already bounced right off me. He does go for the Will-O-Wisp. Not really going to do much. I'm going to get burned. But there's the Magic Bounce. Not Mega Bounce. I don't know why I said Mega Bounce. Okay, Magic Bounce. So now my whole team is just going to be Sticky Webbed, and I'm like, wow, that's actually working against me, you know, really well, because now I don't have a spinner. I don't have anything to help and get rid of the Sticky Web, so I'm pretty much screwed the whole battle. So I'm going to bring in my Clefable. I'm like, yeah, the speed thing doesn't really matter. He's going to withdraw. He knew the Moonblast would have been coming. He can't do anything with Clefable. So he brings in Excadrill. So he has a really good answer to my Clefable. He had a lot of good answers for a lot of my Pokemon. I was like, man, this guy's team pretty, you know, pretty crazy, you know, countering most of my team. He can obviously see that, yeah, I could have switched in. I wasn't going to stay in, but he still ends up going for the Iron Head on the Excadrill, and I really didn't take much damage from this. As you can see, I couldn't really get a good read on what item that Excadrill had this whole game. Didn't see any kind of Life Orb. Could have been Sash, could have been Scarfed or Banded, who knows. So he's going to bring in Rotom. Watch, I'm like, oh, I am not ready to deal with that. So I'm going to bring back in Galvantula. Don't really know who else I can really switch in right now. I know I can't really do a whole lot of damage to him. And Galvantula is just going to sit there and be like, what are you going to do? So he does withdraw anyway, which confused me for a little bit. I do go, and I thought about going for the Sticky Web to stick you up his team to help out. But I said, okay, I'm just going to switch out for the Volt Switch. You're going to see we go back and forth for quite a while here on the switches. Just to see who can gain a slight advantage in the switches and, you know, where things are going to go. But right now, as you can see, the Sticky Web being on me, dropping my speed definitely doesn't help on any kind of switch I can get. Even though, as you can also see here, Confident is a great match against the Florges. And throughout the beginning of this match, I do make a few key mistakes. As you can also see, as I keep saying that, for whatever reason, I'm sorry. Aggron going to come out. It's going to drop his speed. He's going to go for a Moonblast on me. I'm going to not take that a whole lot. It's not very effective. Even though I do get crit here, I think. Yeah, that was really not... I really didn't like that. I kind of wanted him to have more health for a little while. And yeah, so he's going to protect. He's going to get more leftovers. He's going to kind of scout out what move I'm going to do. I could have done Heavy Slam. I could have done, you know, Rock Slide. But, or a Power Punch, honestly. I didn't want to do a Power Punch, really, because, you know, it's not very effective. I do want to raise my attack. Could have done that. So now he switches in I believe I do go for another Thunder Wave. Not even think about the Sableye here, because there's the Magic Bounce again going to come on. This Sableye really already, you know, just being a really pain. It's I'm so like just a bit ticked. I can hardly even talk about it, but it was really funny. I never go against Mega Sableyes, actually, to be honest. I really don't. So that's why I kind of wasn't ready for this battle, even though Mega Sableye is an incredibly broken Pokemon. I make the misclick here by going for the Power Punch, kind of something I want to really brush off. Another mistake on the mistake list you can see there. Luckily I did have Citrus Berry, and at this point I'm just like, man, I might as well just try to get whatever damage I can get on this guy. Can't even Rock Slide it. It's probably going to do less damage, no chance for a flinch, and, you know, can't Thunder Wave, so just Heavy Slam. I wouldn't mind getting whatever free damage I can get on Sableye, and then letting him die, Aggron die for, you know, there's no reason to keep him out, because if he does get switched out, and then he does have the Sticky Web, if I bring him back in, he has 14 health. So I just got to make the smart play and just let him die. And you'll see later on how that kind of does work out, because after stacking off a Pokemon, it does kind of turn the game back into my favor just a tad bit. Even though in a 66 battle, it's really hard to let go one of like the first Pokemon and, you know, get kind of caught there by the enemy team, because if they see like they can take out one Pokemon the first, they're already in a really good advantage. But that also works for you. I don't know where I was going with that, honestly. So I expected him to bring an Excadrill, so I'm like, oh, I see you now. Okay, I'm going to Flamethrower. He didn't even, I don't know if he knew I had Flamethrower, but I still went for it anyway. He's going to Thunderbolt me. I'm going to go for the Calm Mind. I'm like, okay, now I'm actually starting to get back in this battle. I think this is actually where the battle started turning for me quite a little bit, even though for the most part, I just had no answer for his whole team. I'm like, wow, you know, this guy really had a really good team going. And then right here with the Calm Mind, I forced a switch, even though I really didn't expect the switch, or, you know, could have Volt Switch. I didn't really expect it, but he's going to bring in the Talonflame. I go for the Wish just to be incredibly safe. I wanted to get, like, the Wish and then maybe go for another Calm Mind, then a Moonblast. So I had the Wish just in case the Rotom did a little bit more damage. But now brings in Talonflame, and I'm like, okay, well, I can live this, and I can, you know, Moonblast it with my +1 attack, and maybe get a really close kill. And we're going to see here with the Moonblast, I do get it low enough. If it was neutral damage, it would have been dead, because I did have +1 attack. The Wish will definitely help me out, and my leftovers will also help me out a bit more there. So I get back up to about where I was before, so that Wish was a good call. I do switch out. I was like, okay, I gotta keep Clefairy, I really do. So what's Pokemon that can take a Brave Bird? It is going to be Heatran, so I'm going to bring in Heatran. So again, even with my really slow speed, it doesn't matter that thing has Brave Bird the whole time. So yeah, and then Heatran, I maybe thought like, oh, I could force a switch here. I know I'm kind of low. He can't really do a whole much. He knows probably that next Brave Bird will kill him because of the recoil. That's why I bring Galvantula. Another Pokemon I thought I really can't use Galvantula. I can't do any Sticky Web. I can't do any damage. So I really just let Talonflame do the Brave Bird thing. I actually did now remember switching Galvantula because I'd rather have Galvantula dead than my Heatran. Heatran comes up huge pretty big later on, so that's also good to note out as we see that happen. So Talonflame goes down. So that's actually, I think, the first Pokemon on the opponent's team to go down. So I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe I'm like down 2-5 here. I mean, wait, 2-1 or whatever. I was thinking like 4-5 and Pokemon left. So I bring out my bro Jetstream, which is my Mega Sharpedo. I get the free speed boost, and then at this point I'm like, well, yeah, my speed got lowered, then my speed got raised, so everything's kind of even now. He withdraws the Chinchino. Really questionable. I did not expect that at all. And I still go for a Mega Evolution, so I'm going to be able to get I still have my speed boost pretty much neutral, and then I will get my stats raised once Sharpedo is done Mega Evolve. But then I'm going to get a Crunch off, and it actually does a good amount of damage because of my new ability that I get when I Mega Evolve. It really raises my Crunch and Ice Fang if I really needed it. And I'm also I knew I was going to be faster. I'm like, okay, I just had to be faster because after I got my Mega Stats, and then my stats go up even more. So I also get the crit. I kind of want to think it did matter, but maybe not. Who knows? So brings back out Grave Robber, brings back out the Sableye, Mega Sableye. So we got Mega versus Mega right here. I'm going to protect again, just kind of scout out what he's going to do. I knew he was going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, and I knew that I probably couldn't kill this thing one hit, so I do switch out, make the right call. And I expected another Will-O-Wisp to come through, but no, he actually made a right call to actually go for another Calm Mind, knowing that I would probably switch after knowing that he'd do the Will. So another great play on my opponent's part. Really read me very, very well. We had a lot of good calls. I had some, but man, he had way more than me. So Heatran going to come in. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, after a Stick Web, I'm still faster. But then I actually looked at stats. Mega Sableye goes down to 20 base speed after it Mega Evolves. And then the Dark Pulse, even with the Calm Mind, still doesn't pick it up because Heatran kind of naturally bulky. And then Sableye's still not that much of a damage dealer. So now I'm actually back into this game. I've already taken out Talonflame, Sableye. So it's looking pretty good for me. So the Excadrill comes in. I'm like, okay, Heatran really did his job taking out Mega Sableye. I'm going to let him die because I really need to bring in my Conkeldurr to come in on this. So Conkeldurr has his guts, has his burn, he's all good. Yes, he is caught in the Sticky Web, but I knew that even though I have like Drain Punch and I have Mach Punch, I can totally take care of Excadrill and maybe the Chinchino later. So everything's good. Now the only answer he had left to my Conkeldurr was his his Florges. My Drain Punch doesn't do a whole lot. It won't give me any health, but yeah, it still was free damage. That's really all that matters right here. So right now, another thing I was really shocked to see that I believe he went for the Calm Mind instead of the Moonblast. I don't know if the Moonblast would have done enough to kill me, but it would have done quite an amount of damage. I do go for the Poison Jab. He probably didn't even predict I had the Poison Jab, but after all my my Guts boost and with the Poison Jab, it is super effective. That does take care of Florges, and I was like, oh my gosh, another Pokemon I can't believe I had, you know, an easy time dealing with, I guess. I didn't think I'd be ready for it. So now comes to Chinchino, kind of sees, yeah, you know, it's a Conkeldurr. It's going to have Mach Punch. He sees the Mach Punch. Not really a whole lot he can do at this point. Even though I am burned, but I'm like, okay, it's super effective Mach Punch and Stab. It's gonna kill. I really thought that Chinchino would have had Focus Sash, probably would have not gone well because then any Skill Link attack would have totally killed Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is not that bulky. Now, last Pokemon here is gonna be Excadrill, and at this point I'm like, oh, I think I could just Mach Punch and win. As cheap as that sounds. So yeah, and another again, I did not even see what item the Excadrill had. Didn't even see like any Air Balloon or Focus Sash. At that point, maybe a Focus Sash on the team would have been better, but I was really surprised to take out really most of the team. Like taking out the Talonflame was hard, and the Rotom was definitely a challenge, and the Mega Sableye. But taking all of that away, it was a great battle. The beginning was a bit rough for me. I was totally in a bad spot, but I think Clefable really came out at the end there. It was a really good battle, and then Conkeldurr just did some cleanup duty. And even Sharpedo taking out Rotom, that was really something I really liked there. So, I want to thank all you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being patient with me, getting out an upload every 4 or 5 days. It's gone really slow. I know, I've had a lot of living situation stuff going on. And I'm going to see if I can change all of that and get some more uploads out for you, because I know there are the very few people that always watch me, and I'm still doing this, and I love all you guys really very, very much. So, that is episode number 5766 Singles Spectacular. Once again, let's get 40 likes for this battle. Subscribe for more if you already haven't, and be sure to answer our question of the day. Like I said, what is your favorite tier you like to battle in? And whether it's on Showdown or here, I don't really care. And please be sure to go check out my friend Carsonith. I'm going to leave the Twitter handle. No YouTube channel that I can tell, so I'll also leave a Twitter thing. So big props to my opponent. And other than that, you guys know how I end all my battles. Good luck in all of your next battles. And as always, you know, I see you guys next time.